unfortunately or fortunately, what really matters is how you end it. And some guys don't take that opportunity and end it well, and then there's some guys like Rob who end it probably the way they did it from the beginning, which is working hard up until his last day, going out on warrants, and when you do that, you kind of cement your legacy, which I feel is exactly how Rob handled it and how his legacy will live on. So with that, Rob, congratulations, and I would like to introduce the SAC of the St. Louis Division, Mike Davis.
Where is he?
I'll be brief. The hardest part about this job, the worst part about this job is being a staple like Rob leave. And of course, here lately, we've had quite a few. Rob has been a great leader, and of course, we're going to miss him here in the St. Louis Field Division. You know, I didn't have to worry about anything when I saw, of course, when we saw Mike leave. Rob stepped up to the plate, and he led that office, and still productive. And of course, now we're going to be handing it over to. Yeah, come on up, Rob. And we're going to be handing it over to Chris here shortly.
You still are my SAC.
No, it's been great. Cause I've been knowing Rob for 20 plus years, and just like Chris said, hey, look, he's came in working, and he's departed working. And so we're going to miss him, and man, I wish you nothing but the best in your retirement. Don't forget your DEA family. We're here for you. You name it, anytime.
Never will.
All right? Have a little flag for him to celebrate his, to recognize his 30 years of enforcement with DEA. And again, Rob, we're going to miss you. Thank you.
You can have him back. It hasn't even been a day yet.
All right, next up is ASAC Joseph Dixon.
Good evening, everybody. How you guys doing? Can you hear me? All right, good. Listen, there's never been a microphone I didn't like to talk into, but I'm going to keep this pretty short. Rob Eisenberger is a true professional. I got in this role probably about a year and a half ago, and in these roles, you look for people who are going to be honest, but also tell you, hey, listen, you're effing up. With that being said, Rob is candid, but he's compassionate. He loves his people, he cares for his people, and he's really put them on a clear trajectory for success in that office. The Fairview Heights office, they're small, but they're mighty. For all those who are here from Fairview Heights, I appreciate everything you do day in and day out. You do a job that most people could not do, would not do, and I appreciate that. But it's because of people like this who put you guys in that position to succeed and gave you the tools you needed to thrive. It's tough to see good people go, but it's hard to see great people leave. Rob's a great one. I appreciate you, brother. I love you. Whatever you need from me, like the SAC said, it's going to get done. You're a part of this family, even though your ID card won't work after you leave.
So I just found that out.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. But all that being said, thank you for who you are. Thank you for being a true professional. And thank you for taking care of all of us out here who you took care of. It means a lot. Thank you, sir. And we have one thing. This is actually an awesome idea. The SAC's assistant thought about this. We fly flags over our building, and we fly them for a reason. We fly them because of our respect for our country, and we also fly them out of respect for this agency. This flag is a flag that's been flown over the DEA division office, and this is the first flag ever going to a retiree, and Rob is going to get it. So, again.
So it's anybody else would like to speak at this point, and then I'd open it up to Rob.
Yeah, so anyone else would like to speak, come on up.
Brett Johnson.
I know there's some people here from out of town. Kelly, where's Kelly at?
Are you
Where's
shitting
Kelly
me?
at?
Are you
Yes,
shitting me? Does
yes.
anybody want to speak?
I am Brett Johnson.
Does anybody want to speak? I'm retired. I can say whatever I want. So, yeah, I'm on the other side now, and you'll find out tomorrow that it's congratulations. You know, Robbo, there's a few people in the room that we came in about the same time, and Robbo was on before us, and over the years, he's become one of my best friends. You know, and, I'm very valued with you, brother, you know. I didn't know that so many characters are going to be here tonight, so I do have to. I'll tell one small story because the rest of them are probably, I don't know, the statutes are up on some of them. There was a poker game one night at my house in my basement. I don't know. I think Brett Johnson was there. We had a poker game, and I think Brett. Do you remember that chair? Remember that chair that exploded on my poker table that night?
I don't remember.
I know Cronin was there. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, it's a true testament to Rob. Like, all the characters that we all started together, and the respect is unbelievable that we're all still here together, you know, and we showed up to celebrate your I heard like dedication, hard work, and you know, at times probably. You know, let's be honest. You guys went a little overboard in that. But no, congratulations, brother. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And are you going to come cook and clean at the ski trip next year? I just wanted
No,
to
I'm
ask.
skiing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Oh, come on, there's too many characters in here for nobody to step up. Where's Cronin? Joe's got the biggest mouth in here.
So what I love about this room is I don't know any of them. I know Niemeyer, I know Colleen, I know some families, I know this guy. I'm Dan Kurtz, I'm a judge in St. Louis County, in Clayton, 21st Judicial Circuit, much to many people's surprise, and Rob. So I've known Rob, is it 20 years though?
Yeah.
I met Rob as he was the manager of our softball team at Kirkwood Park. And every time it was $40. I need $40, guys. I need $40. And it's a cast of rich dudes. It's not me and Rob. It's a bunch of rich dudes. And it's like $40. So I know Rob as that. I also know Rob as a great family man, a great person of St. Peter's Catholic Church. He was a great coach. He coached many teams in basketball, which is bringing me to one of my favorite lines of the night. I got Al Wilson here. And Al Wilson, top 1 worst coaches I ever refereed for. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, he had the biggest kid in town. His son is now the freshman football coach at St. Louis U High, and my son is his defensive coordinator. You didn't know that. But I've been waiting all night to just expose Al. He was an intense guy on the sideline. And then I learned that he made cakes. Like, he's a great baker. So that's really the reason I came up here, just to talk about Al. But this guy's great. He's been my great friend. We've enjoyed federal holidays because I was a prosecutor before I became a judge. And so he has properties and I have zero skills, but I can carry things. And so Rob, his wife Colleen, I see his daughter here tonight. Is Jack here tonight? He's not. The best thing about Rob is his family. He loves his family, he takes care of his camp family, and he shows up. I love this guy. Rob, congratulations.
Anyone?
I have absolutely nothing good to say about it. am not. Go ahead, Al.
I digress. All right, before it gets too awkward. Wolf. Neff.
What's happening right now?
I haven't said hi.
That's okay. So, real quick, these guys are gonna miss you. I've been missing you for 10 years. When Rob came to St. Louis, I think it was from Washington, Baltimore, somewhere. We had a wire going out. We had a wire going out in Clayton, I think it was. So, we had a TV there. A bunch of us guys, not a bunch, but 2 or 3 of us in there watching TV. This guy been here all in 3 minutes and he got stuck. I was a new guy. We on midnights and evenings. We get stuck in evenings. He come in and 2 or 3 guys were watching games. So I turned the TV off. What the hell wrong with this guy? You know, I wait for him doing this and that. So we all thought we was gonna hate the guy. Long story short, I guess it's 20 years later. I travel all the way to Houston to be with my man. You know, keep
Love
up
you
the
too,
good
man.
work, man.
Good seeing you. Thank you.
You too. Back at you.
Scotty. The captain.
Hello, working? Okay, you guys have all known Rob a long time, but I've known Rob since I looked my age. We were fraternity brothers in college. Rob's been like a big brother to me.
I'm not that much older.
Not much older, although, I don't know. Rob has always been the guy that got everybody together. I heard him talking about being a baseball manager. He's been doing a ski trip for 30 years. We get a dozen guys together. Rob gets a dozen guys together. There's typically, it's hard to get a foursome to go play golf, you know, and Rob gets 12 guys to go on a 4-day ski trip every year. Because he's a great guy. But just want to say thanks, Rob, for being such a great friend all these years, and congratulations. I hope you do enjoy retirement. I know you're going to be probably going right into working your ass off on something else, and probably fall off a roof or something and break your shoulder. Probably put a nail through your hand or something like that. But not hopefully not again. So anyway, congratulations, man. Great career.
Sean? Uh-oh, Pat. I knew you couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Hello, everybody. Rob Eisenbarger, congratulations. Man, everybody's said a lot of nice things about Rob. He is a professional. We were agents together, like journeyman agents together. And then, as some people left the Met team, they said, hey, who wants to be the actor? Rob said, hell no, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So they tapped me on the shoulder, said, you're gonna be the acting for the Met team. And so we're out, we get called out one night, and I know what happens on Met is supposed to stay on Met. Back in the day. Yeah, statutes of limitation are out. So we get called out. I don't know whose case it was. I don't remember the details. I just know that I was supposed to be the boss. And so I'm calling everybody and I said, look, I need you guys here. I need you to meet at this exit. We need to meet up right now. You got like 30 minutes. I need you, whatever you're doing, drop it, get here. So again, not even 2 days acting, GS. Rob pulls up next to me, window to window. I look over, in the back of his G-Ride is a washer and dryer.
You gotta fit in. What are you
You gotta fit in. Baker. Where's Baker? That's for the apartment.
Dennis is over there. Dennis is maybe, well, I can't say anything, he's still on the job.
It wasn't his truck.
It wasn't his truck. I'm only going to tell stories of people who are retired. But look, and I think, you know, the SAC said this and the ASAC said this, and what Rob has always been good at is calling your BS and holding people accountable. And really good friends will tell people when you're stepping to the left too far or you're stepping to the right too far. And he's never been afraid to say that. So, you've been a good friend.
Somebody's got to roast me. No. Oh, shit.
You want to get roasted?
Here we go.
Okay. All right, everyone, I'll make this nice and quick. Can you hear me? So Rob was on my panel interview with Kevin Lawman and Ed Grimspecker about 10 years ago. Then I got out of the academy. I sat right next to Rob.
Hold it to your mouth, baby, like always.
You're not afraid of it.
So then I get out of the academy. Rob's my FTA. Vinny's my partner. Vinny's my GS. So I've worked with him for about 10 years. I have never seen or heard Rob talk about any cases that he's ever made. But I can tell you about all of his rental properties, his ski trips, his intramural activities, all of his side projects, and I can tell you how to skirt around the OGB and the time and all the time off you need, and how to make the system work in your favor. Rob Eisenbarger, you always land on your feet, and I'm sure you're gonna do the same in your retirement. Congrats.
I trained him. Oh, shit.
You thought you were going to get away with this, didn't you?
I did. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Carter.
So, years ago, before you were this DEA Supreme, we started out as Illinois State Troopers. There's several of us in the crowd.
Did you guys know I was a trooper? Yeah.
So back in his early years, I raised him up from a pup, taught him everything he knows, and I've got a couple of stories. We spent a lot of time sitting in the meeting talking to each other. We both were young, married. I think that's me. Anyways, we were both young, talked a lot about raising our families, and he had just met Colleen and talked about getting married and all that. And ended up buying a house in Columbia, Illinois, and fancied himself as a repairman. So, Rob and I had also owned some property, so we confided each other a lot about how to repair things. So, Rob invited me one time to help him put trusses on his new garage. I accepted and showed up on the said day to help him put these trusses on the roof of his garage. And he assured me that there was going to be several guys there and we were all going to get it done. Well, you're looking at several guys.
We had a crane.
He did have a crane. He put me on top of a ladder trying to steady these trusses 20 feet off the ground. We got through that. So one more quick story about his expertise in building. I show up for work after a long weekend, and I look over at Rob, and I'm looking at him, and he looks like a lobster. Remember this? And he starts to tell me about his escapades over the weekend. His water heater went out. So if anybody's relit a water heater, there's several steps. You push the button down, turn it to pilot, light a match, stick it under there, and it lights, and it's a beautiful thing. Well, Rob didn't have it down too good. And after multiple attempts, it was a fail. Well, the last try, it lit. And it blew him across the basement, according to him. So So he shows up Monday, red, with no eyebrows, no eyelashes, and no hair in the nose.
True story.
True story. So, anyway, one other time we made a traffic stop, or I did, and he showed up to help. And I had a male and female out of the car, and the male bolts and takes off running across I-55. I, being the solid young stud of a trooper that I am, I grabbed the woman. Rob takes off and grabs the guy, goes across 3 lanes of traffic, chasing him all the way across the interstate into the Holiday Inn. They run down corridors, he sees the bad guy, Rob, full uniform and his hat's screwed on just right. He's running, he sees the guy, and he takes off after him, runs down that corridor. Unknown to him, the next corridor he enters is a room full of Scott Air Force Base, fully uniformed Air Force people. He bursts in the door, and they look at him, he looks at them, and they all go like this at the same time and pointed him toward the direction he needed to go. So he did catch him.
First time I ever used pepper spray.
So,
And the last time.
we had a few good years. You've had a great career at DPA. I'm proud of you, my brother. I appreciate the times that you were there for me. We know about those. I'll never forget how pale you were and how scared to death you were, telling me you're going to be okay. Thank you.
It's getting long. Speech. I like it. All right.
Your turn, Rob. Your turn.
My turn.
Wow. Just wow. Thank you, everyone. What a great feeling. What a great night. Something you work for. I don't care how long it is, or I don't care what you're doing. It's an awesome feeling to just kind of be done. Right? To just have the weight lifted off you. The last year I haven't had one. It's been pretty something. To be honest. But it's been great. It's really been, just more than anybody could ask for. But I want to start off first with a quick story. Mike, I'm glad you were the last one to speak, because I want to tell a story about the state police. Really, it was my true love. I love being a state trooper. It's one of my favorite times of my career in law enforcement. But I just have a quick story. But before I start the story,
I have to get prepared.
Okay. So it was in the early 90s when I was a trooper. Did I tell you guys? I might have, once or twice. I got a call. It said, I-55, milepost 17. There's car and shit everywhere. There's 2 people laying on the highway. We think they're dead. And there's a monkey running. And he is just fucking crazy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just yapping. He's screaming. I'm like, all right, I'm 8 miles away. Should be there in about 2.5 minutes. Turn on the lights, turn on the siren, put on my vanilla ice. Let's go. Ice, baby. So we're going. We get there. And I do. I see it. It's clothes everywhere. It's carnage. It's people. And I'm like, this is great. This is just what I came on the job to do. Not. Came on the job to put bad guys in jail, not to work accidents. But that's what you do as a trooper. So I end up finally getting a hold of the monkey, and I said, Mr. Monkey, what happened? What's going on here? And he looks at me and he goes,
kind of shakes his head. I'm like, no, you got to tell me what's going on, Mr. Monkey. And he goes like this. He goes, I go, what's that? And he goes, I go, were they drinking? And he goes, yeah. I go, the two people here, they're dead on the ground. And he goes, yeah, they're drinking. I go, what else were they doing? And he goes, they were smoking. I go, they were smoking? He goes, yeah, they were smoking. I go, what else were they doing? And he goes, circle finger game. I go, they were screwing? And he goes, yeah, they were screwing. I go, what were you doing, Mr. Monkey? Of course, that never happened, but it's still a funny story. Oh, thanks, Grace. That's my daughter. Thank you. Hey, Mike. The monkey was drunk. Yeah, so it couldn't have been as easy as your retirement party when you remember the mic went out. Yeah, I'm steadily trying to unplug it. I first want to start off. Thank you, Zach Davis, Zach Dixon. Oh, that's just what I need. A little happiness in the cup. And I know Asac Dickey couldn't be here, he's out of town. But thank you guys. And I said this earlier, thanks for all the support. Thank you for the extra year of just an awesome job. And it couldn't have been, I definitely was not prepared last year to retire. And thank you. Thanks for leaving me in the rack position. Well, SAC of Southern Illinois. you know how it is. You've been Al. You were there for a year. You get it. You understand. But thank you. I appreciate it. You guys have been the best upper management team a guy could ask for. Thank you so much. Everyone here, it's unbelievable. I didn't really realize I knew this many people. But thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Colleen, for letting me know nobody could hear me. More importantly, I would like to thank my beautiful wife, Colleen. You started this crazy journey with me over 32 years ago when I was a trooper, and then in 1996 we continued it to Washington, D.C. with DEA. You have never hesitated to support me in anything I wanted to do on the job, whether it be SRT, whether it be get promoted or anything. You were there for me. I realized it hasn't been easy, and I haven't been easy, but you never wavered. Thank you. I respect the hell out of you staying with me through all the craziness. Grace, my daughter, where are you? Thank you. Oh, are you? Oh, well, that's how it works. Thank you for making it in from Louisville last night and, being here tonight. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed dinners, weekend events, sporting events, and even your second birthday. I'm truly sorry. However, we did seize 60 kilos of cocaine out of the Right, Joe? Is Gary Thede here? Al, I think you were in on that too. Thanks for being an awesome daughter and more amazing woman and nurse. I love you. My son Jack couldn't make it back as he continues to chase his baseball dreams for the Lake Erie Crushers in Avon, Ohio. And he's actually pitching tonight. What's that? Oh, we can't. We were going to try to put up here and, so everybody had to watch it. It didn't happen. I would also like to thank my sister, Shanna, who's recording this, unfortunately, and her husband, Everett, and their son, Trevor, who got held up. He'll be here later, but he's got held up on his flight from North Carolina. Had to land in Louisville, and then now he's in Chicago, and, blah, blah, blah. He's going to be here at some point. Maybe to have a bourbon with me later. But thank you guys for making it in from Bethany, which is where I grew up, 5 hours away from here in northwestern Missouri. Thank you, my brother-in-law Everett, You've come to my rescue many times. Halfway through the State Police Academy, my engine blew up in my car. You remember that? And you had to come and you and Dad had to come pick me up and haul it back and to put an engine in it. But thank you, because I would have never made it through the State Police Academy, and I wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for that. You are like the brother I never had. Thank you. Not much longer. I would also like to thank my wife's family, the Shepherd family, for picking up the pieces with Colleen when I wasn't available. Thank you, guys. I didn't do AI, I promise. I tried it. It sounded more cheesy than that. As my career comes to an end, I believe I'm one of the luckiest guys in the bar. I was able to have worked not only one, but two of the most enjoyable jobs anyone could ask for. As an Illinois trooper, obviously, in the Special Agents. Like I said, I'm a very lucky man. Also, I'd like to thank the members of the FHRO Office for the gift, the Glock 43X handgun with the DEA badge and name and dates of service engraved on the slide. Thank you so very much. That's awesome. Thank you. I promise I won't do anything crazy. I also want to thank you guys for continuing to aggressively pursue some of the most violent offenders in the metro area. East St. Louis or St. Louis, whichever side we want to work on. We truly have a unique group of investigators and interdiction officers at the FHRO. Thank you guys. Chris Grimm and Jared Neff, thank you guys for being partners with me with one of the best groups in the division. The Fairview Heights office will certainly be in capable hands going forward with you guys. Thank you. I'm super excited to see a ton of old friends in the crowd tonight who welcomed me to the St. Louis division when I arrived here in 2001. Mike Davis, the SAC, Phil Jacobs, Dennis Baker, Bob Hansen, Joe Cronin, Kelly Kriegbaum, Jim Catalano, Arnie Barati didn't make it. I haven't seen it. He was going to make it, but Mike told him not to come. And Brett Johnson, just to name a few. Gary Thieg, is he here? Yeah. Gary was one of them. If I missed anyone, I forget. Well, Lonnie Parrish, I didn't know he was coming. And nice speech, thank you. A lot of you guys have traveled a great distance to be here, and I really appreciate it. This is more like an early 2000s St. Louis reunion than it is a retirement party. Oh, and Kenny Williams. Kenny Williams, yep, he's one of them here too. As you all know, during my time here in St. Louis, I've worked several groups, not always by my choice. 37, HRO, SSU, MET, 37 again, MET again, FHRO again. Thanks, Phil Jacobs, for getting me back over to the FHRO before you left HQ and where I could finish my career. Sean Kassouf, where's the paint can? Brandon? If you know, you know, right? That was the Met deployment in Kansas City, which I like to describe as the Wild Wild West. It was a lot of fun. Probably the most fun I've had consistently in DEA throughout my career, and I think you guys will agree with that. We had a lot of fun. Joe Cronin. Where's JoJo at?
Over here. I'm standing.
Hey Joe, stand up, please. Stand up. Hey, I want to thank you for getting the SRT team together in 2008 and making me one of the founding members. And I was still doing search warrants last week in the back of the stack, in the very back of the stack. But thank you. And I appreciate any SRT members that are here tonight to allow me to continue to hang on. And most of them aren't here, I don't think. But that's all right. We have lunch the other day. But what a great time. It really allowed me to stay on the job probably longer than I should have. But Chris Eves, thank you for being the team leader of SRT. That was a wise choice. I asked you to do that, or voluntold you to do that. Thank you. Dennis Baker, one of the original members. Thanks for showing up from California. Henning here. Jeremy Henning. Yep. Hey, Jeremy, thank you for all your dedicated time at FHRO and COPD, and thank you for being a true friend and letting me tag along in some really awesome investigations. Thank you. Almost done. And yes, Mike Harmon, you taught me everything I know. Maybe. Thank you. So to end, one of the hardest things about tonight is not having my mom and dad enjoy this special day with me. Dad couldn't feel up to the 5-hour trip when we lost Mom last year to cancer. Mom, I know you spent a ton of sleepless nights worrying about me and my safety. Your prayers were answered. I finally made it to retirement. Love you.
They're here.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.